Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and those who identify as non-binary. I hate long intros, so let's get right into it. This is why Kome is so good, part 2. If you're unaware of what this is, we go over some of the matches of Kome and, in the future, probably other players, and we talk about what he does, what Shulk tech he uses, what smart, just pro player positioning and abilities and tricks he has up his sleeve to tell you why he is so darn good at this video game. Thankfully, I'm able to make another episode because Japan had another really big stacked tournament and Kome was a part of it, so let's get going. So I'll try not to go over too much of what you've already seen in the first episode over and over again because that'd be boring, but I do want to mention that there are times where Kome will come down with shield art like he does here. He didn't have a double jump. There wasn't too much that he would be able to do to get away from Banjo here. He's just kind of screwed. In this position here, there's really not much you can do. So while shield is mostly used as a way to break combos, you can also use it as a landing option. He's already used it multiple times in this match, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to talk about it. But yeah, it's totally an option that you can always use. You're likely to get hit if you use this as an option, but keep in mind shield makes you take half damage, so even if you get hit, it's alright. It's not a big deal, and you're for sure not going to die. This is something I'm actually a big fan of that I don't see too many other Shulks go for. I love doing this, and it's you edgeguard a couple times with like speed art or smash art or whatever. You knock them off one more time, but this time, because you haven't done it at all this whole game, you jump into jump art, you fast fall, and you get an easy forward air. You're not gonna kill people over and over with this, but you can get some cheeky stuff with a fast fall forward air with the jump art in. Because you do fast fall faster in jump art, it can be a sneak attack that not very many people are expecting. I love how cheeky this is, because you will catch people off guard with this, even in tournament. As soon as he hits the respawn platform, he starts fast falling to get a little bit closer to the ground, and then backslashes to take as much reaction time away as possible to try and hit his opponent. But his opponent was wary and staying as far away as possible, even up B to get out of there, so he wouldn't hit this guy. But there are times when a backslash from ledge will hit them, because often they'll run to one side of the stage and their back will be facing you, and you'll get some really good damage for it. I just kind of want to show the sequence. Look at where he places his forward airs over and over again. There, it gets him as soon as he gets up. There's nothing he can do about it. And there, it's perfectly spaced. He, luckily KR still had some invincibility, so he didn't get hit by that, but it would have hit him on the ledge. And again, that one would have hit the ledge again, which is another way to kill, but KR backed off, so he didn't get hit. It's just, and then the next fair was just to keep space between them, which didn't work out super well because Banjo took out Kazooie and started shooting eggs at him, but it's just like the spacing. If you can make your spacing as good as Kome's, your Shulk will be immediately 100 times better than most people's Shulks. It's that simple, really. Now look at this beauty here. This is what I was saying in the first episode. When I say make shield your panic option, he's getting hit by a jab. Like, he's not gonna die to jab. He's at 30-something%, but he goes into shield. Banjo's still in leg. He's totally fine. If Banjo didn't back up, he probably could have punished Banjo just for hitting him. So I think just making shield your panic option is so often a good thing. Maybe in this scenario it wasn't the best option, but there are characters who will jab you, you will shield, and you will punish them for jabbing you, which is supposed to be like their safest move. So it's really, seriously, big advice. Make it a habit that, like, pretty much every time you get hit by anything, go into shield art and see what you can and cannot punish from it, because there will be a lot of things that you can punish that maybe you didn't know about. Kome does this like 1,000 times a match, so I won't say it over and over again, but if you buffer a down air out of a short hop in speed art, it does this. Look how close that was to just killing the Banjo outright. So in speed art, it makes it really easy to get some really stupid kills at the ledge. Just buffer that down air off of a short hop and you can get something stupid out of it. Here's a scenario where it's all about learning your character's limits. Kome has a really good chance here to down air Banjo, like right there. And like, it would be so tempting, but if he does that, he's 100% dead. He's in speed art, he's fast falling, or he's not fast falling, but speed art makes you fall pretty quickly. So he's 100% dead, and if he misses it, he's dead. And his opponent gets away with nothing, and then the game is evened up. But he has a stock lead, and he's like, no, I'm not gonna waste it. Maybe if things were reversed and he was pretty far behind at 100% on his last stock and Banjo had 28%, it would be worth it to see if maybe he can make some stupid comeback. But at this level, or with the game how it is with him having the lead, there's no reason to take such a risk. So it's always good to know when you should and shouldn't take risks based on how the game is going, and Kome knew that that risk was not worth it. Kome doesn't actually do this a lot, but I find it's something of a cool Shulk tech. Is normally you'll just recover normally, use your up B or even backslash or something to get to ledge. But then when you're in jump or in speed art, if you air dodge to the ledge, because you have such incredible momentum in the air, especially in jump art, as just to change things up, rather than air dodging to the ledge all the time, just use it when you're in jump art. Your opponents won't notice it, won't realize you're going to do it, and then you can air dodge from really far out when you're in jump art. It's pretty impressive. So I think it's a good mix up to put into your play. If you're not one who usually air dodges back, do it in like jump art. Do it in jump art. It's a pretty good move. Like, not all the time, obviously. If you do the same thing over and over again, you're gonna become predictable. That'll be bad. So we don't want that. But once in a while, it's a pretty good thing to add into your play. So at this point, they're both just looking for a way to hit each other. They're not really sure what to do. Can I just say how good retreating fair is? Do you see this? It's so good. It covers such a huge space. You give up a little bit of stage control, but not a lot because your sword's in front of you. So if they really try to rush up and steal stage control from you, they'll get it for it. And if they try to go for anything aggressive, you're retreating with a huge sword in front of you. It's amazing. So when you're playing neutral and you're trying to find a way to get a hit in, it doesn't mean you always have to be moving forward. You don't have to hold forward. You can hold backwards and throw out a fair in case they're trying to hold forward. So it's good to mix things up like that. Obviously, Kome wanted in, but he just decided, you know what? No, actually, I changed my mind. I'm going to back up. I'm going to fair, see if it hits. And it did. It's a good thing to do once in a while. Something I want to say here is after you've played for a long enough time, you don't really have to study your combos anymore. You just know. Kome knows that this neutral air is going to connect into a dash attack. And it does. It combos every time. So especially in Buster, because so much can combo, it's really important to get a feeling for when a neutral air will combo into a grab or a dash attack or what, just to get the most damage as you can. This is why Kome is so good. He knows all the percentages. He knows Banjo is at like 80%. If I hit a neutral air, it's gonna do a lot of damage. Look at this. It's gonna do a lot of damage because I know every combo that will come out of it at the time. That is why Kome is so great. It's one reason why. There's nothing more satisfying than doing against Banjo. That right there. You can never, ever Wonder Wing a Shulk through his shield that close, all right? If you're doing it point blank so that you go way past Shulk so that you can shield a backslash, sure. But at that range, it's not ever worth the risk. You will always get backslashed by a good Shulk. Kome was aware of that. He went for it, and it's beautiful. And I just want to point out a time when backslash wouldn't work. He did it there. See, Kome's in the middle of a move, so he can't really move over there and start the backslash quickly enough. And he's way further away at the end. So it would be, if Kome were to try to backslash this, he would have gotten shielded and punished for it. So good recognition by Kome to know when he can and cannot punish with a backslash, which is his best punish, but also not the easiest one to hit. So I'm not showing you the whole game because this would take forever. But he's been hit by this point blank egg before, and it leads into combos and stuff. So he knows that this point blank egg could kill him. He's at 120%. So shield art every time. If you know something can combo, shield art immediately. Even if you don't know what it's gonna combo into, it might just be a smash attack, and you don't want to die there. So there you go. Just be like Kome. Always go into shield every time. All right, can I say that this doesn't work out the way that Kome wanted it to? But I thought it was a really smart play, and it did work out regardless of how he wanted it to go. So that down air there is pretty smart because KR has bonked against the side there, and he would have died if he had bonked again that time, but he spaced it right and landed it right, so he didn't. This time he goes for a Buster down throw. At this percent, it won't kill if he deactivates and goes into air slash. So Buster down throw, buffer deactivated, air slash wouldn't kill here, so he doesn't do that. Even though I think sometimes it's good to do it even if it won't kill, just to make sure you get the edge guard going, but he doesn't. He does combo it into a forward air, So he throws him off stage. Now, I haven't shown you because you haven't seen the whole game, but KR has a habit of going low very often. When he's about this far off, he would just go low and then recover from there. Kome tries to read it. He goes super low and does an air slash, and it actually hits him anyways. So he thought he was gonna go low and get the kill that way. He didn't, but it was still a beautiful, I mean, still got the kill. I mean, it's good. He's still paying attention to how his opponent's going. Realistically, it would have been pretty hard for his opponent to punish this. It was a risk for sure, but he's at 178%. Like, it's fine to take a risk like that. Like, if you get it right or wrong, apparently, you get the kill. And if you get it really wrong and they punish you for it, you could die at 178. Like, okay, fine, whatever. Who cares? Now, after he gets the kill, he goes into jump art and he just runs away. All right, so there you go. Invincibility's over. That's it. Now, he goes into speed art. And now he's just walling him out. He just doesn't want to get hit. He's like, no, I'm just gonna sit here and wall you out. He jumps in, he runs in and gets to shield it, which works out for him. But he only got grabbed and still didn't kill Kome. Now he's in shield art, which you can do. In Smash 4, it was good to do shield art like this all the time just to stay alive for a little bit longer. It's not as good in Ultimate because it doesn't last as long, but it's still pretty nice. Guess he should have kept it in shield art a little bit longer, but oh well. Okay, there's a bunch I want to talk about here. So he gets the back throw, throws him backwards, speed art neutral air. He has the grenade. This is beautiful. He throws it. Now, which way does the grenade pop you? Kome thought it sent you away. It does not send you away. It sends you straight upwards. And he actually could have got the combo if he had jumped upwards with an up air. I think speed art might actually have lowered his jump enough that it wouldn't have true comboed, but it would have been really close. So there's just a little mistake Kome made, just not knowing which way the grenade sends you, which is not something every player will know. Not pro players. A lot of people won't know that it'll just send you straight upwards like all the time, but there you go. It's really important to know your opponent's character as well because you can use stuff like that against them. He gets this down air in neutral. He instantly realizes it's gonna land his opponent on a platform. So he goes to cover the platform with a moving up air, which has 2 hitboxes, so he can hit it. He hits the second hit, which is the one he wants. And landing up air combos really well. So his opponent is scared of landing up air comboing really well. So instead of comboing, he goes into smash art, realizing his opponent wants to edge guard. Because there's a chance that the air dodge might have worked. Or sorry, edge guard, air dodge. There's a chance the air dodge might have worked because he was on a platform a little bit higher than usual. Kome might have messed up. So you go for the air dodge as a panic option. You don't want to die. You're at 116%. You don't want any more damage from Buster. You're on your last stock. You're in a panic. Kome realizes this and he goes, you know what? Instead of going for the up air, I'm going to switch into smash art and wait for you to land with your air dodge. Bam. Switches into smash art, goes for the air slash. Easy finish. Really well played. This is why Kome is so great. Another reason. Now, I don't even know if this is on purpose, okay? But it's really cool, so I'm gonna show you anyway. So he's getting air dodged by Ness here, and he's gonna get hit. And he goes into smash art. I don't know if he was just holding up and B at the same time and happened to go into smash art, or if he did it on purpose. But in smash art, you'll take extra knockback, so maybe he was hoping it would get him out of the multi-hits of the smash attack, since he is on the very edge of it, in order to get him out of it. And then he's able to up B for free. I don't know if that was on purpose, or if he uses that to get out of Ness's smash attacks on the ledge. I don't know, but it was cool. I appreciate it. I mean, this one's obvious. You don't need me to tell you how this is good, right? You watch this, it goes into smash art. You scare him, so he goes really low, because nobody wants to come at you when you just switch to smash art. That's terrifying. So what you do is you sit there, and then look at this timing. Are you kidding me? That kills. He killed him so early with a perfectly, beautifully timed down air. That was amazing. Now, really good players will routinely punish you for going for a backslash to get back to stage. But Kome realizes that Gact goes for a PK Thunder here, which means Gact isn't moving anywhere. There's nothing he can do to stop the backslash, and the backslash can cancel out the PK Thunder hitbox if you hit the sword with it, and that's precisely what happens. So you can get punished for backslash, and he didn't hit Gact in the back, but it was a safe way to get back. it worked out. It cancels out the PK Thunder. You don't have to play around with any stupid PK Thunder. So if you find a good opportunity, because it won't work if PK Thunder is already under you, it can still hit you. But if it's in front of you and you can hit it with the hitbox of your backslash, it's a good way to get back against Ness. I talked about this in the last episode, but look, Kome's posturing and speed art. You know what that means? It means an instant back air. That back air is so incredibly fast. All right, he's got bad frame data, but when he's in speed art, he can shoot backwards while, like, he jumps backwards while he's starting up the back air, and by the time it comes out, your opponent's like, oh, there's a hitbox right in front of me, even though he was a quarter of a stage away from me. Like, he's really far away from him before this, but, like, it's a burst option that, like, Shulk, he already has the back air ready to go, and there's pretty much nothing Gak can do right now to not get hit. It's so fast. Bam. Instant. Put that into your play. I'm telling you, just short hop, buffered back air is so good as a burst option. People do not expect it. It doesn't do a lot of damage. At really high percents, it can kill, even though in speed art, it does decrease your knockback, so it won't kill that early. But it is very nice. It's a burst option. Shulk doesn't have very many burst options, so it's nice to have. And immediately after that back air, look at this edge guard. He goes with a fast fall, speed art, forward air, which covers in case Gak tries to go low. He didn't do that, so he just got hit anyway, because that forward air is so huge, it covers two options. Gak tries to come back. He's really far away, so instead of just going straight to ledge, he goes up a little bit. Kome, unsure of where exactly he was going to go, just decides, you know what, I'm just going to nair. That'll hit anything and everything. So that's what he does. Gak is still off stage. He jumps at him and waits to see what he does. Gak goes for an air dodge. So then he gets the down air. Unfortunately, he doesn't get the sweet spot. It wasn't perfectly spaced. So he just knocks him off again. Goes into smash art again to scare him. Oh my gosh. Now Shulk's counter is bad, right? It's bad. In a lot of scenarios, the thing it does do is kill. Now, off in the air, it's really, really bad. I have gone as far as to say it is useless. But against Ness specifically, really, and not a lot of other characters, Ness, like, slows down when he gets hit. I don't really know why this is, okay? But unlike a lot of other characters that would just go through Shulk's counter before the hitbox comes out, Ness doesn't. And Ness just gets hit. So you can counter Ness almost for free. If he's coming more horizontally, it's harder. But if he comes from below you, it's easier to hit the counter. Don't ask me why. I don't know. Ness does slow down after his PK Thunder 2 hits. So maybe that's part of it. I don't know. But it works. And Kome knew that. Good recognition. And he gets the kill for it. But in general, don't use counter off stage like that. That's against most characters, that's bad. Just against Ness. I know I pointed out 1,000 times every time I make one of these videos, but Ness is down tilting at the ledge. Normally this would be a kill. Normally that's it. He's done. But smash art, this smash attack does nothing. He gets to hit him off, and now he's edge guarding instead because shield art is broken. Use shield art. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Like, I've already told you about the speed art at the ledge, but you don't always have to time it. Sometimes, if your opponent tries to recover that close to ledge with those recoveries like Ness's that have a slow startup at the beginning, or like Captain Falcon, I think, if he's far enough away that he won't grab immediately, or Ganondorf, you could probably get something like this on them, a cheeky little buffered down air in speed art, which would be really nice. And, oh, he just missed that. Oh, actually, that was a mistake. He definitely should have held down B and got the second hit. That was a guaranteed hit. But that's fine. He's playing in a tournament. Things happen. Because, by the way, if you hold down while you're up B'ing to the ledge, your up B will not snap the ledge. So if you hold down, it will force Shulk not to grab the ledge so that you can get the second hit of the up B. Even if you're, like, waiting for the second hit of the up B, for as long as you hold down, your character will not grab the ledge no matter what. So you can do the first hit of the up B, hold down, wait for a little bit, do the second hit of the up B, let go, and then Shulk will grab ledge. It's very useful for edge guarding because reverse air slash to guard the ledge is an extremely powerful tool. I just want to point out how he's going to get edge guarded here. He's in a pretty bad spot, but he's just not panicking. He's at 18%. He knows pretty much nothing Ness can do can kill him with jump art and a double jump. So he's just waiting until Ness goes as low as he can. Ness could have gone for another hit, but he might have died for it, so the Ness doesn't do that. As soon as he knows the Ness retreats, then he goes into jump art, then he jumps back when it's safe, and he goes past Ness so that he can do the reverse edge guard I was just talking about, because Ness is at 120% and will maybe die from a jump air slash, but I guess probably not. I like, oh, look at that. Beautiful from both players. The fact that Gact was ready to tech that is really impressive, but the fact that Kome was ready, always with that down air. He's always going with that down air. It's really quite impressive. Now this is really impressive. I would have died here for sure. So his jump just ran out, and he's keeping that in mind. He goes for a bad forward air off stage, which could have got the kill, in which case it would have been good. But in this scenario, now he's in a position where he can die. Ness is between him and the stage, and he's really far out, and he doesn't have jump art. So what he does is he jumps back, remembers that he doesn't have jump art, switches into Buster instead, which gives him the extra jump height and stops him from fast falling quite as fast in speed art, and it just barely saves him. Like that happens so fast. Having the wherewithal to realize that he's got to switch to Buster like immediately too is just amazing. As soon as he gets hit and he's like, oh, I need this, Buster immediately, and it saves him. It's so impressive. Like Kome truly, he's got a brain in there. It's a good brain. Something a lot of characters have trouble with against Ness is the PK Thunder edge guard, but Ness will often do it pretty close to the edge like he has here, and will try to get between you and the stage. This is obvious common sense. You always want to do this against everybody as Ness. The thing is, Shulk can cancel out the hitbox with air slash and then use the second hitbox to hit you with it. And Kome's been doing it this whole game. It's just something to know. It's important to know that kind of stuff. Just matchup knowledge. I love this whole 15 seconds here. So he's off. He's not doing so hot. He goes into shield because he's freaking scared for his life. He's at 152%. He goes in speed to get back because he got knocked off and he needs the extra speed to kind of avoid Gact and do a little bit more damage. He goes for the get up attack because he was charging a smash attack, so that's for free. He's doing reverse nairs, which I talked about a lot in the last episode. Really, you should use reverse nairs all the time. It throws 2 hitboxes out behind you. It starts faster. It's amazing. It's safer as well. He goes for the forward air. It doesn't connect. He realizes that it means he can get a dash attack because he's so fast. Now he's at 150% against a 62% Gact. He's above him. If he hits a smash up air now, the game's over and he wins. He tries to go for a read. He doesn't get it. He switches back out of smash just so that he doesn't die to anything, but oh, like that. But it's really well. The way he's managing his arts is quite beautiful. Realizing that a smash there is a risk he's willing to take because he has stage control and his opponent doesn't. If anyone's going to get a killing blow, it's more likely to be him than his opponent. So it's a good risk to take going into shield just to make it past the ledge. It can be really important against a character like Ness who has pretty good ledge guarding. Very beautiful positioning and playing around with your arts. There he went to a jump, actually, I want to add, which let him kind of run around while he waited for his other arts to charge up. He's got shield ready to go now, which I'm sure he's thinking about putting on in case he gets into any kind of risk. Oh, he wants to go for the air slash. He also backed up right there in case, like, Gact wasn't going to miss because he's amazing, but Nesses will miss this. It's a pretty hard angle to hit. So, and he would have ended up right beside where Shulk is, which is a free smash attack and the end of the game if he had missed and landed on stage. Oh man, this is the first up tilt he's thrown out, like, all set. That is the first up tilt. And it was just when he needed it. Like other times, maybe Gact would have gotten hit by a forward air or an up air, but this is the first time Gact was like, you know what, I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna go for my slower up tilt because it will cover the entire one, and if you do wave dash into it, you're dead. And that's exactly what happened. Amazing. Conditioned his opponent into thinking it was pretty okay, pretty safe because he hadn't up tilted it at all. And finally the up tilt paid off. Right off the start here is a good example of why reverse nairs are so good. He just gets that because so many things. Up B out of shield is one of Shulk's best things, and if you don't up B out of shield, you're not a good enough Shulk. Frankly, you have to make it part of your play. It's amazing. I said he doesn't have very many burst options. That's one of them. And it's just like you can punish things from so far away. He punished PK Fire on shield. Not very many characters can do that without like running up really fast like Sonic. There we go. So reverse nair. The second harder reverse nair into back air, into forward air, into forward air. He's taking a lot of percent. If Gakt had done anything but air dodge to the ledge there, he would have gotten hit by the air slash. So that was just a beautiful edge guard. He wasn't able to keep it going because Gakt knew what Kome was up to. Gakt is amazing. Clearly one of the best Nesses in the world. Maybe the best. I'm really not that aware of my Nesses, but really good. Kome's actually spacing with down tilt here, which I do like, because he has a platform above him, so it's really hard to come from above and hit him. So he's just using one of his faster options that covers a pretty good amount of space with down tilt. Down tilt's a really good move for just putting something between you and your opponent, especially when you have a platform above you. So he gets knocked off stage here really badly. He goes into shield because even if that PK Thunder hit him at all, he was probably dead. He didn't have a jump. He needed to make sure that if the PK Thunder hit him, it wouldn't knock him very far so he could get back. He does. He gets back. He gets hit by a smash attack because he's in shield. It doesn't matter at all. And this time I know he's doing it on purpose. He gets hit again, goes into smash art so that he's able to get back. So I'm 90% sure he's doing that on purpose. Because those little multi-hits of Nesses probably don't connect very well if you're in smash art. So that helps him to get away. He does get punished and die here anyway, but it was good play nonetheless. So this is really cute. He goes into Buster, which means he does more shield damage. Gakt is on the platform. He hits him with both hits of Buster, so his shield is low. So Kome runs behind Gakt and tries to go for a backslash there, which obviously got stuffed out with a falling up air. But had Gakt not done that, look at this. Like, this would have done a crap ton of damage, or it would have broken his shield, depending on if he stayed in shield or not. Really, it's a really good play. It's unfortunate Gakt did like the one thing that would get him out of it. Like either Gakt could jump away, which would be safe, or he could do a falling up air, which would hit Shulk just before the backslash hitbox came out. Truly, it's a very dangerous position for Gakt to be in that Kome created here. So it's a good play, even if it didn't work out. Not everything that is a good play will work out. That's a really cool shield break setup. You just hit them with one Buster up air on the ledge, and then you run behind them and Buster backslash. That's cool. I will have to integrate that into my own play. So this is just simple game knowledge, but it's really nicely done. He gets Gakt off stage, or he tries to, and he goes for smash art, but he sees that Gakt actually air dodges back in. So a lot of characters, like the air dodges in Ultimate take a long time, and floatier characters even longer because it takes them longer to land. And an air dodge ends once they go far enough back down. Basically, I don't know how else to explain it. So like a Jigglypuff air dodge up will take forever to recover from, because then Jigglypuff has to fall back down to where the air dodge would have finished. It's a very weird way that air dodges work in this game. But anyway, Kome sees that Gakt air dodges here. Ness is a pretty floaty character. His air dodge in the air is going to take a while. So as you can see, he just backs up and he forward smashes this whole part. He knows Gakt wants to land somewhere. The thing is, he's still in the middle of an air dodge, and even if he does land, he's still going to have a little bit of landing leg. So this forward smash is guaranteed to hit. It's beautiful. Beautiful punish. Beautiful punish of an air dodge there. I don't know. Gakt shouldn't air dodge there. That was because Kome was ready for it. I just want to point out that while I've said to use air slash a lot, because it is amazing, and it is, in jump art, air slash becomes much worse. So Kome uses air slash here and he gets punished. It just barely doesn't connect. In jump art, it's really weird connecting both hits. If you hit them right in the middle of it, it'll like never connect. If you hit them at the beginning, it will sometimes connect. What you really want is to hit them really high up in the air slash, then it will always connect. But Gakt wasn't quite high enough up for this air slash to hit him. Yeah, he's just at like the halfway range right here. So the air slash is going to go too high and miss the second hit, so he dies for it. That's just a mistake. You got to be less aggressive with air slash when you're in jump art, unless they're really high above you. Then it can work. I just want to show like basic Shulk stuff. He's in speed art. This is what you do for neutral a lot of the time. Once you get one hit, you're going to pretty much all the time just like jump above them and see what they're going to do. If they tech, this way he neutral airs, he covers tech in place, and he covers tech roll backwards, and he hits him again, jumps again, goes for a backer, which would have hit had he not air dodged. He does air dodge, But he lands where the air dodge is, switches to Buster to get some extra damage, back throws him because back throw does the most damage. Although you could argue maybe down throw would have been better as it lends itself to more combos, but right now at this percent there aren't too many combos that would do all that much damage. But yeah, it's just really good neutral play. And obviously Gact is doing this as well, but this episode's about Kome, so I'm talking about Kome here. Watch as Kome uses speed art to win neutral. He gets a hit, and he's able to get a throw and get another hit, and then he cancels. Look how quickly he cancels speed art and starts to switch into Buster art. Just because he's trying to read an air dodge or something, because characters will very often air dodge against the Shulk down throw because they know Shulk wants to go for the forward air, and a lot of them know it's not a true combo. So you can air dodge through it a lot, and Shulks will usually go for the forward air, but instead Kome goes for the read, which is not a hard read to make. It's not something crazy or anything, because the opponent doesn't want to attack them for running forward because the opponent thinks that forward air is coming and that's going to lose. So they air dodge, he switches to Buster, and is just ready to grab or do whatever. Gak didn't do anything too leggy, but it's just a really nice neutral interaction that Kome is just a pro at. It's something he does pretty often. It's just nice to win neutral with speed and then go into Buster to catch any kind of read you can make. I just want to point out how often this works. For one, this is his friend Atelier, which is someone he plays it with against on stream all the time, so I assume they're friends anyway. So he might know his habits and stuff, but he's just done this against Gact and everyone else I've seen him play against. When you're in Smash, there's nothing more frightening. So he's so often waiting for an air dodge and then punishing. And it works so often. In Smash Art, it's almost better not to attack for a few reasons. When you're in Smash Art, you're going to do less shield stun. It's just a lot, your moves are a lot less safe. So instead of just attacking right away, a lot of the best things to do are just jump at them or run at them and then wait and see. Do they spot dodge? Do they air dodge? Do they roll? And then punishing what they do instead of trying to hit them right away with some kind of burst option, which can be more risky, especially because in Smash your moves are less safe. So it's something Kome does a lot, and it's something Shulks really need to take note of. It's very good. Something that's kind of common sense, but you don't always see, is the fact that platforms make air slash so much safer. There's a platform here. He makes his opponent think he's going to land on it, and then he fast falls right through, and he's totally safe. When there are platforms around, air slash all day long. Air slash all day long. You might get punished for some of them, but the risk reward is just so good. So this is beautiful. So Kome is about to get hit by a Razor Leaf, which at this close range often combos into an up air. So Kome knows this, and he decides, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. Ivysaur goes for the up air here. Right here, Shulk is invincible. So I'm not really sure. It's hard to tell if Shulk is getting hit here or not. There's the hitbox. Right now he's not shielding. Like, his hand is up in the air, so I feel like there's a good chance he'd have gotten hit. Maybe not. Either way, it's completely safe to go into Smash Art there, because you go straight from invincibility to being able to shield. It's totally safe, and now Ivysaur is above him after having used an up air. And we know what that means. It always means air slash. Every time. Beautiful play. Changing arts does give you some invincibility, and after the invincibility you can immediately shield, so it's pretty safe, honestly, if you think they're going to do something for you to go into an art and then shield. It's really hard to time right, but it's pretty safe if you can. Here he's being pressured and he wants to switch into Buster, and he just freaking does it right in front of Charizard's face, and he uses the invincibility to go all the way through it because Kome is amazing and he can just do that, I guess. I only included this clip because I forgot to mention in the other part where I was talking about the invincibility is that it's 14 frames, which means we're at 1 frame longer, it would be a quarter of a second. So you can basically think of it as a quarter of a second. So it's kind of long. It's a kind of long frame of intangibility for you, and it allows you to do stuff like that, you know? People think of Pokemon trainers being able to get invincible by changing Pokemon, but Shulk can kind of do it too, as his own little air dodge. It's harder for sure, but you can, like, right there. So it's another day now, that's why I've got different clothes on and stuff, but the show must go on, the video must be finished. Having a good time here. Let me show you this clip here. It's not a huge thing, but I just thought it would be useful to know. Right now, Ivysaur is posturing at the ledge against Shulk, who is at 125%, so a lot will kill. He's posturing with down tilt and stuff. So what Kome does is he could very easily have snap the ledge from here, right? He's in jump art. He's actually really close to the ledge already, but he fast falls to go a little bit further so that he doesn't snap the ledge. This can be risky, especially against Ivysaur, but since Ivysaur was committing to that down tilt there, you can come from below, because with the second hit of Air Slash, Shulk stays in the air for a bit, and he can grab it from pretty far. He gets some good magnet hands after that second hit. So it can be useful if they're just like trying to poke just below the ledge to not snap the ledge, just in case you mess it up, and to do what Kome did here, which is what he did. Pretty safe option there. Against Ivysaur, I'm not sure I love it, because if Ivysaur just decided, you know what, I'm going to try and down air, then he's freaking dead. Thankfully, he didn't, but it's something you can do, is to not snap the ledge and just let magnet hands teleport you up there, because sometimes if you don't know if a down tilt is going to hit you before you snap the ledge, or you don't want to risk getting two framed, that's something you can do. I pointed this out a lot in the first episode, but not everyone's going to see this first episode, even though you definitely should. But look at how beautiful these forward airs are here. Like, that first one was already great. Just in case he did try to air dodge back to ledge, it wouldn't have worked. But this one, he waits, the invincibility is over. And even though Charizard let go, he covered enough stage, or enough area below the stage that he was still able to hit Charizard and almost get the kill with Smash Art there. Oh, look at that. Always ready. Like, that's part of like Shulk's edge guarding triangle, is just fair, and then Air Slash away from the stage. And it covers so much, so many options, so much area. It's something every Shulk should do for sure. So I just want to show you, Shulk is a character that gets a lot out of an empty hop, which is just when you jump in the air and then you just land behind your opponent or beside your opponent, and you go for just something like a grab. The point is to fake out an aerial, and it works very well with Shulk because Shulk has so many good aerials that he spams over and over and over again. So what Kome will do here is he'll just go for a short hop in speed, which is really fast. You see Shulk leave the ground, but he lands really quickly too because he fast falls in speed and he's able to get the grab, which is a nice little maneuver. And then as if to prove my last point right, he goes into Smash, he goes for the fair, and he goes for the Air Slash again. Look, it's amazing. It got 2 stocks in a row. It killed Ivy at what percentage? 58? 64. It killed Ivy at 64% because it can. It's awesome. Now this clip shows how important it is to keep track of your opponent's resources. So Sonic is a character that can air dodge after up being, which is different than other characters, so you have to keep that in mind. And Kome here definitely does. We're in the next match, by the way. He's playing against Ken here in Losers Finals. He's pressuring with Smash Art. He gets the grab. He knocks him off stage. He does the super fast fall jump art forward air, which is amazing. You go super low. I mean, if you look at the little radar on the mini-map there, if you look here, like, he is really low. Like, incredibly low. But he knows exactly how far he can go without dying. So it's pretty impressive for him to be able to do that. He gets the forward air. And then he comes back. He realizes at this point, right? Let's actually, not that far. Let's pay attention to Sonic's resources here. He falls off stage. He uses a side B there. He gets knocked away. He double jumps and then up Bs. So he's used a side B, a double jump, and an up B. Now what does he do? Pretty much all he can do is air dodge. So Kome's waiting for it, and he realizes a little while ago that Ken has no way to get back to stage. He's falling too quickly. He won't make it unless he air dodges. So Kome just goes, you know what? Let me perfectly time this down air at the end of your air dodge, because you're always vulnerable at the end of an air dodge before you grab the ledge. Kome knows that, and he gets the easy spike. Bam. Well played. I just want to show you Kome's proficiency for his art. So he gets knocked off stage here. He goes into shield art immediately so the forward air doesn't kill him. Beautiful. He cancels it so he has momentum again. And he starts to go into jump art. And Ken's smart. He knows when you go into jump art, you know, you're switching arts. You might be looking at Shulk. You might not be looking at Sonic. So he's going to go low to try and intercept him as jump activates. But as soon as jump activates, Kome is out of there. He knows how long it takes, and he jumps up because he's watching Ken. He doesn't have to watch his own character to make sure jump is working because he's so proficient with the character. And he knows that Ken is waiting for a Shulk to be switching arts and not doing anything, and then bam, kill. But Kome was ready for it, and he doesn't die for it. Kome's freaking crazy, okay? Watch this, all right? He's just pressuring at the ledge, blah, blah, blah. He gets a back air. He gets a neutral air. A lot of characters here, like I've said before, they air dodge, okay? And really good players will often not directionally air dodge because there's so much lag, it's easy to punish. So Kome goes for a crazy read. He runs forward, smash, and then forward smash. If Kome had done a neutral air dodge instead of a directional air dodge, I think he's dead at 54% from this crazy read. Kome just knows things, man. He is so smart. He is so smart. Oh my gosh. He's just playing his normal game, and he sees an opportunity, and he just immediately knows, wait a second, if he air dodges, he's freaking dead. As soon as he hit that neutral air, he was like, oh yeah, this percent, yeah, it's gonna send him about here. It's it's gonna send him about here-ish, right? And then if he air dodges here, he'll fall down to here. And then smash art will make him die, and he'll be dead forever. This is something you Smash 4 Shulks, and that's me included, have to pay attention to, is off stage, you can totally nair off stage and do that kind of garbage. Like, how does Ken even come back against that? Like, was that even untechable? Was that techable? At 96 in Smash Art? I don't think it was. Oh, I think it actually was. It was techable, but characters are not going to be ready for that, right? Like, especially considering, like, Kome hadn't done it the whole game thus far. He doesn't do it super often, but then when he does do it, he makes sure it kills. It's, just run off neutral air is so good. It's so good. Like, does he fast fall it? Let's see what Kome decides to do here. Oh, I went too far back. My apologies. There we go. There's the back air. He switches into smash. He doesn't even fast fall it. He doesn't even fast fall it, so he doesn't have to switch to jump to save himself. So you could fast fall it if you felt it was necessary, but you'd have to switch to jump probably to get back. Oh, Ken is so good too. I want to point out that against a character like Sonic, specifically Sonic, being at this far away from him is really quite good, because Shulk's Monado will come around and swing and hit to about here. Something like that. That's maybe a little bit less. And if you neutral air reverse, it'll come from behind and then come and hit behind again, so it can stop Sonic twice here in case they go for a really aggressive hit that'll be fast, or they go for a charged spin dash or something like Ken is doing right here. And then the second hit will be very likely to catch them. So it's just good play. It's just good play. Of course, the Sonic can always just not go forward, or that. But like he protected himself. He was able to shield because he covered himself for long enough that Ken had to hold the charge and couldn't go in right away. So it's good to keep Sonic at about that range. You don't want him to be too much further because he can just camp you and spin dash left and right and left and right. But to keep him at around about there is a pretty good strategy. Something I think Kome does, because he does do the speed art downer at the ledge so often, as we'll see, is he kind of, like, it's asking his opponent to attack him. So he can also use it as a bait. If you do this enough, like, it's definitely counterable. Like, all you have to do is jump and hit him. So Ken tries to do that, but realizing that Ken will try to do that, he runs back and gets a forward tilt. So you can, besides just trying to get kills with that speed art downer, it means if you miss, you can always run backwards and get a forward smash or a forward tilt or something if they do try to commit and hit you with something. Just something to keep in mind if you do want to add this speed art downer to your play, because I do think it is really good, and I do like the idea of using it to bait opponents instead of just killing them with it all the time. Just like in case you miss, because if you miss and they come up or something, there's a good chance you'll be able to make it back before they're able to hit you. So something else about the downer that I realized that he tries to do is he'll instead, like, he'll sit at the ledge and then he'll just do a down air as he did right there, which can cover neutral get up if he times it right. But also there's a pretty good chance, like, if they back off and double jump to try to hit you, if they get clipped by it before they hit you, they're just dead, especially in Smash Art. Like, even at like really early percents, probably 50% or less for Sonic. So it's kind of a riskier play here because you do have lag and you can get up attacked if if they're on the ball about it. But lots of people will just be scared, like, and they'll want to be defensive and not attack you for it. So I think it's a pretty good play. It covers neutral get up, and it can spike if they stay on the ledge too long, and they can spike if they back off and double jump. So down air at the ledge really is a great tool, and you can use it in a lot of different ways, as Kome is showing us here. Now, Kome has shown himself to be really scary at the ledge with down airs and forward airs. So when he jumps at the ledge, you expect one of those things. But what he can do is just air dodge backwards. That's beautiful. He just wave dashes backwards. And so if his opponent tries to counter by get up attacking or backing off, double jump, hitting his move, he's ready for it. And he could probably forward smash them for it if it's committal enough. That's really scary. You know, I've never really thought about doing that. You scare them with a forward air or a down air, and then you jump again as if you're going to do it again, but instead you wave dash backwards and wait to see if they do something committal to punish them really hard for it. That's smart. That is a bait. Ken doesn't fall for it because Ken's amazing, but most players just might. So this right here, Kome is pretty far behind, but he knows when to take a risk. And he goes for something pretty awesome here. He finally gets a grab. Ken's at 21%. And it looks like Ken's waiting. It looks like he wants to go low. So Kome goes for a read and just goes for a straight down air. This looks amazing. This is his way to make the comeback right here. This is what he has to do. And it's pretty safe too. Like, even if he misses somehow, even though, like, look how perfectly this is aimed, he's not gonna miss. Even if this misses somehow, he can still make it back for sure with jump art or something. The only risk is if Ken is crazy and tries to attack him for it. And Ken's crazy and tries to attack him for it, so. so Ken gets hit, but only by the first hit of the down air, I believe, is what happened there. So he's able to make it back. But Kome obviously not ready to tech that, because who would be ready to tech that? Gets knocked so far away that even jump art won't save him, and loses there. But like, it's a risk. It was a good risk though. He was above 80%. Ken was at 20% after the back throw. That's the way you steal a game. At the end of the day, it's a good risk to take, even if it didn't pay off. So just knowing when to take a risk like that, like if the percentages were reversed, that'd be a really bad play, or maybe not really bad, not really bad, but like. It'd be less risky as well. But when you're this far behind, you have to take a risk to take a win sometimes. And I think that was a really, really smart play by Kome. Something Shulk mains can do is after they respawn and their opponent's at high percent, they'll go into smash, and their opponent will want to be really defensive. So something Kome does, he goes into smash. He doesn't read this roll because it could be wrong. He doesn't want to risk it. But what he has seen Ken doing is when he respawns and goes into smash is Ken rolls or does something defensive, and then he does another defensive thing, and then that one is the one that dodges Kome. So Kome sees the roll, he waits for something else, and then he punishes it. It's really clean. Here it is again. He waits for the spot dodge or whatever the next defensive option would be. If it was a roll, he would have dash attacked. Or maybe grabbed if it was a roll outwards. But yeah, really good play. And honestly, just following up on that, what he did is actually a really good play online. I don't know if that's because he's having online practice, but it seems like he's having offline practice on his streams. But it's really hard to react to a roll. So what you can do is wait to see what the habit is after the roll. See if they roll again or they spot dodge again, because a lot of online players will have a certain habit that they will perform after a roll, and that's the one that you punish, because online it's really hard to just punish a roll. So just in case you want to do some online fun, there you go. Now this one's about Ken, but I just appreciate it so much. I have to show it. Like, Ken is amazing. So Ken gets hit here. He's really far out without many resources. You know what happened last time? He was right here. He air dodged to the ledge, and he got spiked for it. Let's see what happens this time. This time, Ken air dodges like straight upwards. I'm sorry, I don't know why it's so blurry right here. He air dodges straight upwards, which is, in theory, a really bad play. But because he's been hit by this before, like multiple times in this set, he knows what Kome is going to do. So instead he goes, I can't the ledge. So how about I air dodge up and then drift to the ledge while Kome's in the leg of his down air. And that actually saves him. Like, what a play. What a play. So I guess if you're against a freaking amazing player like Ken, that's something you have to watch out for as well. Like, he would have got the kill there for sure if Ken had just air dodged to the ledge. But Ken's a genius. I actually cannot believe how good these players are. Like, watching this is a last stock situation. They're both really high percent. He's waiting. He has Ken off stage. Ken up Bs. You know what Ken does when he's here? He air dodges. So this time, last time it burned Kome. So Kome waited a little bit more than extra, and he went a little higher. So if he air dodges up, there's a good chance he'll hit him. Ken, instead of air dodging up or to the stage, decides he's going to wait until the down air is pretty much gone before he air dodges. Oh my gosh. He just waited to get batted by a forward air. Like, he could have got batted by a forward air. It wouldn't have killed, so it was still a good risk by Kome. But they were like this for so long, just sitting, waiting. Right beside each other. Could have got batted with a forward air, decides to wait and just avoid the down air instead. Kome, like, that down air would have hit 99% of players. It would have hit me, it would have hit you, let's be honest here. We'd be dead. But not Ken. Ken, these two players are just adapting to each other like this. Like, this is what you have to do to be this good at Super Smash Brothers, or at really any fighting game. And let me just show you how the tournament goes in case you're curious. Not much Kome could do there. Anyway, that's the end of Kome's run in the tournament, which means the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something. I had fun. I hope you did too. At first I was thinking maybe I'd go through a live stream too, but there was already enough footage. I have like nearly 2 hours of footage to sift through and edit. So thank you very much for watching. My name's Khanpeki, and I hope you have a dandy day.